Alright, this is Methy Monday, episode 4. Today I'm talking about my response to the, time period that I lived being homeless and using meth. And this is my response while I'm not using that and trying to stabilize my life in regards to housing and finances and stuff like that. But I guess I'll have to talk about a little bit of the meth use so that people can understand how the trajectory started to change from that. So when I was using it, I would go through psychosis that would get me arrested. The cops would get called out, ambulance would get called out. So I was either yelling or naked or a lot of stuff going on. Many of those times I would get arrested, I would end up going to court somehow for some charge or whatever. And so at some point I ended up going to Veterans Justice Court out here. And they gave me a court order to Harbor Light Center. And so that was the first rehab I went to learn how to not use drugs and to learn about what recovery meant. I got kicked out. But that's where I met a black woman who was the program director of that space. And she very much so influenced me to believe that I could recover from meth use. Because before that, I had never known, where I could go to get help. And so seeing someone who actually went through 30 years of not using crack truly inspired me, especially because she was a black woman who had done that. This person taught me a lot while I was there, but I sure enough got kicked out, so I ended up going back out into the street at some point. I had gone to many different other programs as well, and I went to jail again. And when I went to jail again, they sent me to a different rehabilitation space, and I graduated from there. It was a 90-day program. And then I went to another program, and they said, "We don't think we can treat you here." I was sucking dick in the living room. It was the program for people living with the chronic condition that I live with. So I was just like, fine, y'all can't treat me here. I'll leave. And my probation officer was like, "No, we're going to send you to Harbor Light Center Detox." So I smoked a joint, walked into Harbor Light Center Detox with the Quran. And I sat with the program director of Harbor Light Center. And I think that she noticed this time around there was a little bit of a switch going on with me. And so while I was in rehab, I guess I realized that I didn't have all the answers. And I was like, well, I gotta look around, I gotta see what's going on here, so I can figure out who has the answers to this whole figuring out meth use and figuring out things that are going on underneath all the substance use. So especially considering the ways that I got involved in substance use in the first place, I was like, I don't know if many people in these rooms are gonna have the same story as me. I doubt it, but and I was right. Nobody really had the same story as me. But I sat in those spaces just kind of learning people and what they were going through and what they were trying to heal from. And I would see sometimes that they were trying to heal from the substance use, but they weren't really marking what was really going on with them, and it would be consequential down the line. While I was at Harbor Light Center, though, I ended up becoming a personal trainer. And so I would go to gyms and work out and learn about the body, and then I ended up doing an internship where they gave me a free certification. So I got a free NASM certification. I passed it, and I helped other Harbor Light Center participants pass it, so that they could become certified personal trainers as well. And then when I got hired by a gym out here, I started going back into the rehab and training the people who were participants at Harbor Light Center while I was working. And I kept that program going. It was called the Live Fit program. And then I graduated from Harbor Light Center. And then COVID happened, so I wasn't going back into that same place. But when COVID happened, when the program director of Harbor Light Center got COVID, and she had the comorbidity of type 1 diabetes, and so she ended up passing away, and that hurt me so hard. But I kind of took my sorrow into an honest realm, where I was able to figure out, hey, this person is not here anymore. How do we keep what she had going on beyond her lifetime. So I ended up starting a nonprofit. I also got connected with an organization called the Black Ladies Advocating for Cancer Care, with another organization that was helping me do service work with my training. With the Black Ladies Advocating for Cancer Care, I ended up being a part of the board as a personal trainer who did a certain certification that would teach me how to train people who had survived cancer, and breast cancer specifically. So I sit on that board, and just this weekend, we had an event. The reason why I'm telling you all of these things that I'm doing, like, after using meth, is because I believe that it's absolutely amazing. Like, the result of me having a nonprofit is that our mission is to end health disparities. I go into rehabs, reentry spaces, and mental health spaces, and I teach nutrition for free. But I also teach about cardiovascular disease and diabetes and prevention, because I understand certain addictive behaviors can translate into food. And so how do we allow some of those... for me, it's important to bring information about how to eat into those spaces so that people can understand how to make choices and have the capacity to, have the observance of whether they're making an addictive food choice or not. And so that's what I teach. And that's cool. With the Black Ladies Advocating for Cancer Care, this weekend we started our pilot peer navigation program for Black women who are peri-diagnostic for breast cancer. And I led a meditation at this event where I told people at some point, if you are a caretaker of someone who has breast cancer, or someone who has died from breast cancer, imagine them here with you saying thank you. And now tell yourself, may I be happy, may I be safe, and may I live with ease. And I guarantee you, if I did not go through everything that I went through with that intention that I set before I went through it, I don't think that I would be doing the work that I do today. And I say this not so that people can feel like, they need to go to the depths that I went to in order to be responsive. I feel like, no, you can kind of come into the work that I'm at right now to create these intercession steps that make it where we don't have these, lives taken from deaths that are preventable. And so it's cool to be in that framework of work and to influence so many people in so many different spaces with my life, and I think that's why I like to talk about reducing the stigma and the judgment of it all, because when people really know how great they are, they'll live up to that. But when we as a society try to diminish people's greatness because of something that we did, and they feel like they are how we feel about them, we don't have space to grow together then. And so that's what I'm trying to create, is this way where we don't stigmatize people who use substances. We create space to help develop people who use substances, because we need these folks. Me, I'm one of them. We need us. And so when we can create a society where we understand how to hold each other with whatever we're going through, I think that, we'll find some of those healing aspects that we need as a humanity. So that's Methy Monday, episode 4, my response. Trust me, there is so much more that we could talk about. Hopefully next week I'm going to have my friend Shimmy on to have some, storytelling moments about what it was like to be around me while I was using meth, and what it was like for me to be around them, and how they encouraged me to really open up my heart, especially to the LGBT community and to the substance use community. So yeah, I look forward to Shimmy being on. I look forward to seeing y'all next Monday. Y'all have a great week. Peace.